Welcome to the Biggie Diggie Podcast. It's your host, BigDogC, from the AKHL Knee Hockey League. This is the official AKHL Knee Hockey League podcast, so cue the intro.
Welcome to the Biggie Diggie Podcast with your host, BigDogC.
So what's up, guys? This is our first podcast of Season 3. It's been going well. We've had 4 games already, and I wanted to recap on these games with you on this podcast and talk about some behind-the-scenes stuff. If you haven't seen the Biggie Diggie Podcast Season 2, you should go see AKHL YouTube channel, and you'll get to see all of those episodes. Okay, so some of the topics I will be talking about today are the highlights of all the games and what happened in the games, the score lines, more in detail of the games, 4 games that have happened already in the AKHL Season 3. And then I'll be talking about for some behind-the-scenes, upcoming moments, upcoming events, upcoming seasons that will be coming up, some sneak peeks. And lastly, I'll be interviewing your boy, LoneRanger, who has been the one who has helped me through all these years of AKHL, the official league, from Season 1 to 2 and now to 3. So we're going to be interviewing him about what he thinks about the league right now. So here we go, into our first topic. So the first game that has happened already is the Tropical Terror versus the Downtown Dynamite. Tropical Terror being the away team, Downtown Dynamite being the home team. It doesn't really matter who's the away or home. It only matters about the intros and that stuff. Maybe there'll be home field advantage or something in the playoffs to the team that gets the most. Just a little sneak peek. I don't know. Okay, so the score of that game was 9-7. Some really good moments by Diaper Igniter and BigDogC. They put up a really, really good show. And they just came out with their best game, and I think that showed in the video. BigDogC scored 2 shorthanded goals, and Diaper Igniter, sorry, he has a lot of diaper names. He has in our wiffle ball league has Diaper Piper. In his first season of AKHL, which is still private, but we on our website we are slowly showing it to the public. But now he is Diaper Igniter. But on Season 1, he was Sniper Diaper. Anyway, other than that. So that was the score, 9-7. And then the Tropical Terror did have a really good snipes. Will the one had some good shots. I'm pretty sure Tubbs had 2 good shots right from the point. One from the half court. Good little chip between his legs. And then Tubbs also got a really good shot against Diaper Igniter again when he was trying to scramble back to the goal. So that was all for that game, of the game 1 of the season, 9-7. Diaper Igniter and BigDogC and the Downtown Dynamite take their first win, and they're 1-0, and the Tropical Terror are 0-1. Okay, for the second game, it was the South Shore Cyborgs, what a mouthful, versus the Rural Rampage. The South Shore Cyborgs had the team of LoneRanger and not Hometown Hitter, that's wiffle ball, Mad Hatter, and then they were playing the Rural Rampage, which has Bardansky Boy and Goalie Guy, an elite team, upcoming, newer, and just right now the best team in the league. They get demolished 16-6 or something like that. Yeah, 16-6, I'm pretty sure. What a show by the Royal Rampage. A lot of mistakes on the Cyborgs. No chemistry at all. Tried to pass it a couple of times. Only made like 1 good passing play. Unlucky goals by Royal Rampage. It could have been 16-0. But to be fair, it could have been 5-0 if Cyborgs just improved on their defense a little bit more. But other than that, Royal Rampage put up a really good show, and Cyborgs could not hold the net, and their goalie game was just not good anyway. Just need to get on those knees and get dirty and start to play like that instead of waiting for the ball to come in the net on your feet and just watching it go in between your legs. So final score 16-6. Cyborgs take their loss, which was not expected until you start watching the game, so go watch that game. It's on the website and on YouTube. And also, the Royal Rampage are showing really good promise, and I'm really excited to see them play again. So the third game was pretty interesting. It was the Downtown Dynamite, we already heard about them, and the Urban Ultras, which consist of Jockey Hockey, the new player, and Sloaney. But we had a sub for the Downtown Dynamite because Diaper Igniter and LoneRanger, who was going to camera, they were both coming and they got hung up for some reason. I'm not going to tell you that reason. That's private reasons, and we won't discuss about that anymore. Only that they couldn't come, so we had to pull up Tubbs as the sub. I guess that works out. So, so we played that game. There was no cameraman, no timer stop. It was pretty blocky and chunky. It was not really a good filmed game, but I think it was a really fun game to play. And the ending score of the game was 9-6. Urban Ultras got a couple quick goals at the very end. And if they had some extra time, I think they could have put those extra goals in, and it probably would have been a tie game. Dynamite was slacking at the very end. They should have not done that. Should have put more goals in. They were trying to be cocky probably, and it wasn't working. And the balls were going in the net. Sloaney capitalized on a lot of bad decision making by the Dynamite, and yeah, it was 9-6. So 9-6, 9-7. Pretty sure it was a 9-6 at the very end. It wasn't that close. I mean, at the very beginning, Urban Ultras had it locked up. I mean, the Downtown Dynamite had it locked up, but then in like the second period, Urban Ultras turned on a light switch and they were on since then. And their next game against the Urban Ultras, their next game against the South Shore Cyborgs was just the same, and I'm transitioning into that right now. Same teams, but Tubbs has to sub for Mad Hatter again because Mad Hatter is not available. Again, private reasons. I don't really know much of those reasons, but I know he wasn't available, so we had to get Tubbs again. He's always willing to sub, but golly, Tubbs. He made some mistakes. I'm not going to lie. He made some mistakes. He was a great teammate to step in and help LoneRanger for that game, but there was a couple between the legs, awkward bounces that if he just used his hand or just whacked it down with his stick better, just used his body, it would have been such a closer game. But because it was not that much of a closer game, it was just like chaotic. I would say it was pretty chaotic. As a ref, because I was reffing that game, a lot of bad high sticking calls, but I didn't make any. But now it's in the rule book. If you want to go check the rule book out on the website, I put that in the rule book. If first high sticking is a warning, second high sticking, it's gotta be. You gotta go to the penalty box because it's gonna get someone hurt, and they whack those sticks hard. So if it's below the shoulder, then below the waist, then we can't do that. That's not really cool. Whacking it down at people's foreheads, not really good. But other than that, the game was pretty good. LoneRanger did a little better this time. The Cyborgs still won somehow. I don't understand how they did. Urban Ultras just put in some. They had the game locked up. I think they were up 9-8 at one point, and then it was just not enough time to get back, and it was 11-9. All of a sudden, after LoneRanger just put in some really quick ones after being mad at that he thinks stupid on sportsmanlike conduct call that I called on him because I did not want to see him just pin the ball on the boards. That's also a rule now. Can't pin the ball at one time because I knew he was going to stay there for a while. And I would like to enforce the rule. I don't think it was the best calling on my approach. I think I could have done better with that, but I will always try to become a better ref. But I think the game went smoothly. LoneRanger also had an injury most of the time, so that's also a downside for him. He had an injury with his foot, and his voice was hurting a lot. Something about a little injury with him. And as you guys know, Jockey Hockey is probably still feeling the aftershocks of that knee injury, and I'm just glad he's out there playing with us. They're creating a bond, Sloaney and jockey hockey, and I don't think they're going to be the one that's going to be sat out this time. I think if they just got to fight with the Cyborgs and that one of those teams is going down, and they're 0-2, but they got 2 more games to play. I know it's against two hard teams, the Terror and the Royal Rampage, but if they stick slow and go and put the aggressive jockey hockey up, I think it'll end good. So there we go. So this is the second topic, upcoming events. This is going to be a really short topic because I want to get to the interview, but some short topics inside the second topic. Turns out that we are going to have a Niyaki game on this Sunday. Maybe it won't come out. This episode won't come out on Sunday, but it will be coming out before the game. Royal Rampage versus the Terror comes out, but it will be coming out. I gotta do the math. It's October 2nd when I'm filming this right now. So if I fast forward, it's a Wednesday. What does that give us? You guys decide the math. I do not want to do it in my brain right now, but you guys did the math. Anyway. Some upcoming events also. I think we're gonna be doing some. Let me look at my schedule real quick. I'm not sure what the next game will be. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the Royal Rampage versus the Downtown Dynamite. I think that's gonna be the next game, or it could be the Cyborgs versus the Terror again. So I don't know which one it's gonna be, but one of those two. And we are going to do a winter classic. I don't know when we're going to do it. Also, some upcoming leagues. I want to talk about upcoming leagues. So, on the AKWO Wiffle Ball channel, we're going to do just one for fun. No jerseys. Not really keeping score. A little bit we're going to keep score, but it's going to be a wonky field. It's not even a field. It's a pavement. We're going to try to do a little fun football league, and if it works this first time, we'll do it this next year. During the summer, so we're going to do it multitask league right now, just after we've done the games, just for fun, a little football league. I think it would be fun, 3v3. So whenever they're over, we have something else to do. So let's get to the interview with LoneRanger. So here we go. This is the last topic of today, and today I'll be interviewing my second in command here at AKHL, LoneRanger. Say hi to the fans right here.
Hello.
So I'm going to be asking him some questions about his first 2 games against the Ultras and the Rampage. Okay, so LoneRanger, how do you think the first game went with Mad Hatter?
Well, honestly, he's decent. I like his personality, but he definitely could have tried harder. I think we could have done a lot better. Honestly, I think halfway through with the big switch of the game, I think we kind of give up hope, and we kind of were just playing around. So I don't think that was not a best game. I know we're not really appreciative of our work done there, but the next few games, our season is progressing.
Yeah, and as we saw that progress with Tubbs, the sub, how do you think Tubbs did?
Honestly, in my opinion, he was really good.
I mean,
maybe even better than Mad Hatter.
Well, he did let in some easy goals, but he did have that strong defensive goalie structure, don't you think?
Yeah, but I was happy that at least he let in some goals, but he was not kind of it wasn't my fault attitude. He looked very disappointed and willing to try harder next time.
Yes. So your next game will probably be against the Terror. How are you gonna come into the game against them?
Well, honestly, I know Tubbs' weak spot since I just played against him, so I'm going to try to get a lot of passing in front of the net, poking at him. I know when he's goalie, it's much easier to go for the 5-hole, and as being skinnier, it's easier to score. I can use that to its full potential. And with Will, honestly, I think just he can't run. He doesn't dart around.
So, what are you gonna help improve your teammate and see what Mad Hatter needs to work on? How are you gonna help him through those rough spots?
Well, I think we really need to improve our passing and communication. And honestly, we kind of don't like each other that much, so we'll probably need to improve that a little bit.
Yeah, chemistry is everything. when you're playing?
The only time we're good with each other is Battlefront, because we're actually like decent when we play each other. None of us gets crushed.
You got any questions for us over here?
Not at the moment, no.
Well, have a good night, and I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, thank you.
So that's it for today in the Biggie Diggie Podcast, Episode 1. Tune in for the next AKHL knee hockey game and the next Biggie Diggie Podcast. So I'll see you guys later. Biggie Diggie out.
Tune in next time for the Biggie Diggie Podcast.